Hi guys, and welcome back. I just got done recording another video, and one of the things that happens to me is sometimes when I'm in this moment or this mood, God will drop different tips and inspiration to me, and sometimes I try to push it to the side and I try to ignore it. And then other times I say, you know what, God gave this to me because there's somebody that needs to hear it today. And so the thing, as I started to walk away from the computer and decide on, finishing the rest of my day, the thing that just dropped in my spirit was, are you walking your why? And so I wanted to just come out and ask you guys, a lot of times when we're little, we have all these big goals. We have goals of where we're going to live, what kind of house we're going to live in, what our spouse is going to look like, what our children are going to be like, the career we're going to have, how much money we're going to make. And we have all these ideas, and then we throw in the towel because life gets too hard, right? We start thinking of going to school and it becomes overwhelming. We think of working hard or starting a business and that becomes overwhelming. We think of the kids and we're like, oh my gosh, I am tired. And we start to get overwhelmed, and then we throw in the dreams. We throw in the towel with our dreams and we say, forget it, I'm not going to work on that because that just doesn't work with where I'm at. And what I noticed that when I'm working with people is that a lot of times they are so focused on what is making them comfortable. So are they too tired to, get up and start working towards their book? Are they too tired to get up and start working towards their business? Are they too tired to make a little extra money to be able to create that vacation that you desire for your family? And so when I notice that people feel that way, I also notice that they get consumed in their comfort zone. They start to convince themselves that their comfort zone is the safest place for them. And when they get consumed in this comfort zone, they refuse to take those steps forward that they need in order to reach the success that they desire. I personally struggled with that. When I first desired to write my very first book, years ago, before I wrote my actual first book, when I thought of all the work that it was going to take, all that, time I was going to have to give up from my friends, all the research I was going to have to do, all the days I was going to have to sit up and write, I got tired. I got frustrated, and I was like, I don't really know if this is something that I should be doing. I don't know if this is something that I want to do. And so I gave up this idea because it wasn't comfortable. It didn't seem fun. And then years later, when the ideas never left me, when I continued to think about it, when I was overwhelmed with the idea that I hadn't already done it, it started to make me think of the importance of following what you feel called to do. And one of the best things to do is to remember your why. So when I'm working with people on their book writing process and they tell me that they're overwhelmed or they don't feel like they should be doing this anymore, they don't think they're going to be a good author, they don't think someone's going to read their book, I always ask them to remember their why. So what is your why behind why you're doing this? Is it because you want to change someone's life? Is it because you want to be an example for your children? Is it because you want to bring in extra money? What is the reason why you're doing whatever goal it is that you're working towards? For me personally, it was my children. And so what I created was a why board. And on my whiteboard, I had various pictures of things I wanted to do with my children. So traveling, pictures of them smiling, pictures of me having time freedom to be available for activities and things of that nature for them. And so I created this whiteboard and I hung it right over my computer. And so every time I felt like giving up on that goal, I would remember my why. And my why always, and never failed, my why always outweighed my reason for giving up. My reason for giving up was always small things like I'm tired, I want an extra nap, I want to hang out with my friends, I want to be able to answer the phone, I want to scroll social media. Silly things that are always going to be there, things that don't even matter, that aren't getting you closer to your ultimate goals. But when I looked at my why and the power behind my why, it gave me that motivation and that momentum that I needed to be successful at reaching those goals, that I needed to keep going, to keep working on those goals, even when I didn't feel like it. And so I want you to ask yourself, how can you walk your why? Maybe you can create a why board, right? Maybe you can have a friend that, calls you once a week and reminds you why you're reaching your goal. Maybe you can visualize your why. That's another thing that some of my clients do, is they'll close their eyes and they'll visualize what this dream will mean for them and why it's important for them. And a lot of times visualization, people don't realize that it's so powerful because it's connecting your subconscious brain to your reality, and it makes you feel more motivated to keep going towards that. And so ask yourself today, what are the ways that you can walk your why? Can you walk your why by including friends? Can you walk your why by visualization? Can you walk your why by creating a why board? What are the things that you can do to help keep your why in the forefront of your mind? Because when your why is up here, you're constantly going to be working towards it. And I'm here to tell you, I work on goals with people all the time, and I have people setting all types of goals to, get in a happy relationship, goals to buy a house, goals to get a new career, goals to go back to school, goals to have children, goals to increase income, goals of all sorts, right? But one thing I can tell you about goals is if you do not have a powerful why behind reaching your goals, you're never going to reach them. If I set a goal to go back to school, to go to law school, and that's a perfect example. When I was younger, my mom is an attorney, so everyone wanted me to be an attorney because that's what they saw me being. They saw her being it. She was successful. She had fun, and it seemed like I could fit that, right? Because I can argue my case very well. And so they assumed that that was something that I too was interested in. And so if I had set a goal to be an attorney, but I didn't have a real reason behind it, a real motivation behind it, I'm not going to be successful with that goal. And the same thing with you. You need to have a powerful reason why. What is that new house going to do for you? Is it going to cause your family to be closer, right? Is it going to cause you to have more events that you can invite people and your loved ones over to spend the night? What's the new car going to do for you? Will it allow you to travel and take your kids on better vacations or staycations, right? What is a book going to do for you? Is it going to create a different stream of income that you can provide for your family? What is your why? And just remember to keep that right up here, because that is what's going to be possible to give you the motivation and the momentum you need to be successful as you push forward. So that's what I have for you today. Share below if you have some great why strategies that we can use. Once you share and you open up and you share things, you give people the opportunity to learn from you and try out different activities. And you'd be surprised what you also could have the potential to learn as well. So everyone, I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will chat with you guys later. Continue with clarity. Bye, guys.